Hey everybody, Jackie here and welcome back to my channel. I'd like to remind you to please subscribe, like, share, and definitely hit that bell to be notified when I upload future videos. Today is Vlogmas Day 23. December 23rd has always been a very special day for me and my brother and my sister. It's the day my parents got married. And this is going to show off how old I am, but also how old my parents would be if they were still alive, God rest their soul, is that they got married in 1946. My father passed in June of 94, and my mother in November of 96. And if they'd have both made it till December of 96, they would have been married 50 years. As it was, they were married 48 years before my father passed away. And the date of December 23rd, because it's my parents' anniversary, my brother got married on the 23rd of December because it's an important date for us. My sister's son got married on the 23rd of December, and I guess it's just a convenient way to remember everybody's wedding date. But to me, it'll always be my parents' wedding date. I miss my parents so much, and it's amazing the older I get how much smarter my parents were. Oh my God, they were so intelligent, and I didn't realize it at the time. But when you're, a dumb teenager, 20-something, you think, yeah, they're just being old fogey. But some of this stuff, oh my God, it comes home to roost as you get older. You see, yeah, my parents knew what the hell they were talking about. They had that spot on. And so, of course, this time of year is always kind of sad, even though along with the joy of the season, because we mourn the passing of my parents. I think more on this day than maybe on the days they actually passed, because it just represents the love they had for each other. Oh, and don't get me wrong, my parents were not perfect. Oh my God, they'd fight. Oh, would they fight? My dad would get so mad at my mom, he'd punch a hole through the wall and get up the next day and go get the stuff to fix that hole that he punched in the wall. There was strife and tension in my house, but at that time, it was like that for everybody, I think. The dad was the breadwinner. He went out and made the living, and the mother was the homemaker, and she stayed home and took care of everything. So I'm sure she got frustrated, and then I'm sure he got frustrated. It's like he'd go to work, and then when he'd come home, there'd be something else to deal with. And there's 5 children, so that's a lot to bring up in the 60s and the 70s. I'm going to tell you, that's a lot of kids. I think that's why my sister has 8 of them. Oh my God, she took right after my parents. But that's a story for another day. But that's what December 23rd is to me. It's remembering my parents. And it's not just remembering all the good things. You remember the bad things too. They don't pop out as much anymore. It's the good things that you have a tendency to remember more than the bad things. Because as a whole, my childhood wasn't really any more messed up than anybody else's that was growing up in that time frame. So I can't complain. I had good parents. They loved us. And, there was a roof over our head. There was food on the table. Maybe might not have been what I wanted to eat all the time, but we never went hungry. If we did, it was because we just simply refused to eat what's on the table. My parents were born and raised in the South, and even though I was born and my 2 brothers were born up north, my parents still carried on with the Southern traditions. So yeah, it was the pinto beans and the fried potatoes and the cornbread for supper. And now I look back on it, oh my God, anytime I can get that kind of meal, I think I'm in hog heaven. Of course, when you're 12 or 13, you don't think so. You want to be like all the other cool kids and having pizza for supper or whatever, But that's okay. The days that I can get a slice of onion, a slice of tomato, fried potatoes, pinto beans, and a hunk of cornbread, and a glass of sweet tea with lemon, that's as good a meal to me as any you'll ever order in any restaurant. And boy, does it bring back the memories. Okay, on a brighter note, I'm going to tell y'all a little story. Do you know why there's an angel on top of every Christmas tree? I bet you don't, so I'm going to tell it to you. One Christmas, or week before Christmas, it was, oh my God, it was so bitter cold up at the North Pole. I mean, worse than it's ever been. The reindeer, they had gotten bird flu. I mean, how does a reindeer get bird flu? I understand they flew, but I don't see how they got bird flu, but there you go anyways. Mrs. Claus was going through the change of life. And you know what kind of struggle that can be. If we haven't partaken of it ourselves, we've seen mothers, sisters, wives, daughters, whatever, that have gone through that. So everybody knows what the change of life is like. And oh my God, the elves, they had got the flu. They were coming and going at both ends. Diarrhea, vomiting, runny noses. Are they closed? No. Diarrhea, vomiting, runny noses. I mean, it was bad. The work was backed up. Oh my God, you just cannot believe how bad work was. Poor Santa was humping his ass trying to keep up with everything, and he just couldn't do it. Well, all of a sudden, there's a knock at the door, and Santa hollers, "Ho, ho, ho, come on in." And there, door opens, and there stands a little tiny angel, and she's dragging a great, big, humongous Christmas tree behind her. She's got the very tip of it in her hand, dragging it behind her. And she looks up at Santa and she says, "Santa, where do you want me to put the Christmas tree?" And Santa told her. And that's why there's an angel on top of every Christmas tree. There you go. Well, everybody, I've talked long enough today. I just, like I said, day 23, December 23rd, is a day that can be sad and happy at the same time for me. But that's okay. That's what life is about. Memories, good and bad, and making it through it and going to the next day. And I'm just rambling on now with nothing else to say, so I guess I'll just have to remind y'all to, when the world goes to hell in the handbasket and you can't control everything else around you, just keep in mind what I always say. Not my circus and not my monkeys. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.